What's the music? Oh, you wanna fuck around? I got a fucking JBL.
Got magic, got that glow. Going higher on the road. You take my seat right way back. Oh, shit. Watch this train go down the track. Wanna bring it on home. Take it on home to you. Watch out, that road.
Bring it on home. Bring it on home. Bring it on home. Bring it on home. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pretending. I'm pretending. Pretending. Back home to you. What a bliss. Should I start making a sing? Yeah. Absolutely, dude. I love the blues, bro. I love me some blues. But yes, you should make some singing content. Ooh, this is a sad song. I don't like sad songs right now. In the days of Bayou, I was told what it means to be a man. You youngins don't know nothing about Zeppelin. Kidding. Some of you guys have taste. What? What? Yeah, I think you should do some singing content. Honestly, you're creative, so any kind of creativity, your theater stuff, singing stuff. I'm sure you're probably not too bad at drawing. Maybe I'm wrong. But theater kids tend to be super artsy, from what and that's since the dawn of time. Hold on, I'm unked out, unk mode. Type Lord. I'm playing volleyball again. Let's go. W's in the chat. Yo, I wish there was more people in here, but W's in the chat. Like a lot of posts right before there. Yeah, I think I went down the rabbit hole, saw some stuff. But fuck yeah, dude. W's in the chat. My girl's back in volleyball. It's important. I know it's important to you. So you know what? Now we're gonna fucking. We about to go crazy, dog. We about to be. We got the fire, because that's it. Volleyball's back on. About to make some singing content. I'm air guitaring it. Let's go to the next song. Hella hard today. My legs are cooked. There you go. Walking hurts like hell. Yeah, you know when you just walk and you're just like Bambi leg, you're like, yeah, mission accomplished. That's how you know you're cooking legs. But yeah, it's weird because volleyball in particular, Kratom gang. I just slam me 8 grams of some Bali, red Bali. Red Bali, baby. Yo, K in the chat if you're part of Kratom gang. Just kidding. But yeah, hey. Yeah, nice little 8 grams of some Bali will put you on another world. But I want to try that. I want to try green Mang Da. I want to try that white Mang Da too. I heard that shit was lit, but I'm already, when I wake up, it's like I wake up off of Adderall or coffee, you know what I mean? So that's why I like the reds. The reds kind of bring me back down to earth, you know what I mean? Green's fire. Green, I think I had green once, and it was everything I loved about the reds, but I wasn't sleepy, you know what I mean? So I was like, man, I should fuck with green some more. But I gotta get back to working out, bro. The one thing about Kratom is like it suppresses my appetite. So I'm like not hungry, and I'm trying to get back to like 170. And I'm like 147 right now. So I might cut back on the Kratom just until your boy gets geeked out again. Then dude, just stay away from that 7OH, bro. That shit, oh man, bro. These kids, man. I feel so bad for them. They don't know what that shit's doing, bro. Nuking, straight absolute nuking the tolerance. Bro, these kids are ending up in the hospital. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary when you think about it. But yeah, stay away from that 7OH. Live. You stay clear the fuck away from everything I'm talking about. Because it only fuck you up. Especially if you're already hurting. It's easy to fall into that habit. But yeah, if you're hurting, yeah, stay. Man, I got hurt last November, and then I found out, you know, my grandma was sick at the same time, and I just feel like that was like perfect storm. You know what I mean? Perfect storm for me to get hooked onto something or use something to get me through the ride, you know, after my grandma's diagnosis. But man, dude, I'm honestly happy that I messed around with that and not anything else, because Kratom has this. Kratom's weird. Kratom has this like ceiling effect where you can take oh so much and get, you know, the therapeutic effect or, you know, pain relief or sedation or whatever it is you're looking for. But once you try to take too much, too close to your doses, it'll get you sick. That's what I like about Kratom. It teaches you a lesson, teaches you to respect it. But that being said, it doesn't mean that, now with these extracts and stuff that they're selling at the gas station is crazy. It helps to a certain point. Yeah, you know what I found, and don't quote me, don't quote me on this because it's different for everybody. You could look it up. They say it's a hit or miss. It's a 50-50. If you ever looked up agmatine sulfate, agmatine, Tine, so like magma, right? Agmatine, agmatine sulfate. It's a supplement that they say you take half an hour, between half an hour and 45 minutes before you dose kratom, and it's supposed to boost the fuck out of your dose and help your like tolerance pathways. So if you're someone that takes like 6 grams, if you dose agmatine, you'll probably notice that 6 grams feels like 8. So you really only need 4. You know what I'm saying? Because the 4 is gonna feel like 5, 6. Some people take it a half an hour to an hour before. Some people just take it and, at the end of the day, just so that it's helping clear the receptors and all that. But that's supposed to help with tolerance. And for some people, it actually increases the effect, so it makes it feel like you're taking more. But that I would test at your own. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna fuck you up. It's just a supplement. They usually sell them like 250 milligrams. I take like 500, and like half an hour before you dose, see if it helps. If it does, boom. Then when your small dose isn't feeling good, then you can up the dose. Of your agmatine up to 1,000. And still buy you some time to where you're decreasing your dose size, but it's still hitting you strong. That's a nice way to kind of like wean off of it if you want to take a break, or if you're like, man, it ain't hitting like it used to. Agmatine sulfate. There's another thing that they say. I don't recommend this. That's sick. I gotta look into that. Yeah, realize if I eat something before it feels so much better, it doesn't hit too hard at once. Yeah. See, I like when it hits hard. So what I'll do is I'll dose on an empty stomach. So first thing in the morning, or at least like 3 hours after I've eaten. But then, if I've gone all day without eating, and I wake up and I'm hungry, I'll give it about an hour for the alkaloids to settle in so that, it's doing its job. And then about an hour after, then I'll just eat. I'll eat something. But yeah, agmatine sulfate. And then DXM is a compound that's found in a lot of cough medicine. It's called Dextum something something, but you'll see it'll be called DMX or DXM, one of those. It's in like Theraflu. It's in a lot of those medicines. They say if you take if you take some of that before you dose too, it can increase the dose. Some people have said like they've they felt like they started tripping, like seeing shit. Like I think I'll create them, bro. I'm like by adding DXM, but for the majority of people, all it does is it increases the effect. So DXM helps increase the effects. That way you don't gotta always take more or bump up your dose. You know what I'm saying? You can keep it where it's at or lower it by using agmatine and DXM. They say grapefruit juice too helps increase the effects. Yeah, I'm trying to dial it down a little bit so that it can start hitting me like it used to, because it just don't hit like it used to, man. It still hits, but just not like it used to. I find like my booster doses actually help. I'll take a main dose and then like maybe 8 hours later, sometimes sooner, I hit it with a booster dose, and that shit fucking hits. It like coattails off the last one. I've never heard of that before. It seems chill. Have you ever chewed on the leaves? Yeah, man, I want to try that because that's the raw. That's the first form. That's what they used to do. They used to just chew on that shit all day as they were picking them, because their backs were aching and shit, and they found out they're like, oh yeah, I'm lit. So fucking yeah, I want to try it too. They say it's nasty, but that's yeah, dude. You go out, take a trip to Indonesia, bro. It's probably not even that expensive, and out there, they got the real shit, the good shit. But yeah, man, that 708 shit is crazy. I never tried it personally, cause I was like, I'm not trying to nuke my tolerance. You know what I mean? I want this shit to actually do something, but it's dangerous, man. That feel free drink too that they sell at the smoke shops. So that's crazy, right? People don't know what that's about. And for those who are watching who don't know what that feel free drink is, there's two things in that. There's kratom, and then there's kava. Both are going to fuck with your sympathetic nervous system. That's for sure. You're gonna get sedated off the kava, and then you're gonna get sedated off the kratom. So, man, those drinks are a little bit tricky too. Depending on your metabolism and shit, some people are fine, use it before bed. Some people, I mean, it just wreaks havoc in their systems. But dude, kava and kratom, can you imagine mixing white kratom with kava, which is supposed to be sedating? You know what I mean? That's a fucking crazy mix. Yeah, 300 a day. Yeah, man. I talked to my buddy at the smoke shop. He's like, bro, you and Homelander, yeah. Homelander, when he just took 8 grams of red Bali kratom. I talked to this smoke shop owner, dude. He's like, bro, you and the other people that come in. Well, I don't buy kratom from the smoke shop anymore. I grab it through a better shop that does like third-party testing and shit. But yeah, he was like, man, you guys, the people who use the powder are chill. He's like, these guys that come in for the pills, bro, they're like fiending. He's like, I've had guys spend $400-500 just on the 7OH, and then they come back 4 or 5 hours later, and they're trying to like pawn there. He's like, hey, bro, I got a hard drive. You want this computer? You want this laptop? Like, damn, bro, 7OH is crazy. I have a feel free a day, and I like it. Yeah, feel free for a lot of people. Feel free smack. They work. Some people it messes with their nervous system. So for those people, I'd say separate it. You know what I'm saying? Take kava when you want to take the kava, and then take kratom when you want to take the kratom. But I love kratom, man. Honestly, I think it's a lifesaver. They just banned it in my state, Tennessee. Which is fucking shitty. I mean, they banned it because of the 7OH pills, which I get, but it's like, not the powder, man. Like, come on. So I have to find another way to deal with my arthritis in my low back. Actually, fuck that. I'll take a drive out to fucking Illinois, pick it, I got family out in Illinois. I'll go to one of the blue states and go get it. But yeah, man, they just banned it. Weed's illegal. It's like, man, that really helped my back. It's like, but God forbid I want to smoke a joint for my back, But I could drive around with the script for Oxy in my car. I mean, can I be under the influence? That's a different conversation. But can I drive with a pill bottle of Oxys in my car and my name on it and get pulled over and be cool? It's like, how the fuck is that chill, but I can't have some kratom on me? I don't see fucking, for the powder kratom. I don't see anyone out there fucking sucking dick for fucking kratom, bro. When's the last time you saw someone say, hey, man, you got some kratom? I'll fucking toss your salad. Like, it's just kratom. But the pills, yeah, I get it. Kava's pretty sick, too, man. Kava, I don't know if y'all heard of, like, if y'all haven't really messed with kava like that, Calm by Kava, they got some, like, private reserve batches of Malakula Makbang. Don't ask me to spell that. It's 2 words that start with the letter M. Malakula Makbang. And that's, like, their fucking, like, that's supposed to be, like, benzos. That kind of kava, that private reserve. I remember I slammed like four G's of that, and I steeped it and all that in the water, and I just slammed like 4 ounces of it, which was a total of I did 4 tablespoons. And dude, when I say it fucking hit me instantly, like I almost hit the ground. I was like, holy shit, this shit's strong. But I was trying to use that for anxiety, you know, trying to quit vaping and trying to, you know, quit other things and other vices. So I'm using certain tools to buy me time for other ones. Good, I want to try. Yeah, Calm by Kava, they're pretty decent. And if you do, just go with the micronized shit, because the other shit tastes nasty. Micronized, you can mix that pretty well with everything. I got the medium grind, so I put it in the steep, you know, the steep bag and sit it in hot water. I did the old school traditional ceremonial shit, which hits harder, in my opinion. But if you don't want to take, it's fucking disgusting, man. I literally almost vomited every time. It's not worth it. The micronized will do the job just fine, but what's up with Ukraine, bro? Are we giving them missiles or what? They're like, these guys are getting fucking hammersmithed over in Ukraine, bro. Yeah, that's smart. Lean on the kava for a while. Then it only takes like a week. I think they say like a week, maybe a week and a half max if you really want a full reset. But yeah, about a week. I might do the same shit. I might order some kava and fucking. I mean, real talk. I got a script. I don't like taking it. You know what I mean? I feel guilty literally every time I take it. You know, I've had friends, family, you know, struggle with dependency and all that. I've struggled with dependency in the past. I still struggle with dependency. I mean, vaping, the kratom is my way of making it all make sense, you know, after I lost my grandma and my cousin and my uncle and, you know, just where I'm at in life. Hey, man, I'm happy to be alive. Kratom is allowing me to function, you know, deal with the pain, the physical as well with as the mental. I tread really lightly for those who take kratom, and they do it because it takes care of them mentally. And I only say that out of love, because the last thing you want to do is teach your brain, like, hey man, we're going through the shit. We need some kratom, or we need X, Y, you know, we need A or B or C. You know, that's when you fall into that loop, you know what I mean? Anytime something happens, you're like, bam, let me throw back a 6-pack, or let me slam some kratom or oxys or weed or whatever but at least give yourself a day. If you're going through some mental health crisis, give yourself a day without dosing, to teach your brain, like, hey, I can go through this shit. I can be in the trenches, and I don't need that. Even though in the future you might use it for mental, emotional stability, you still taught your brain that you don't need it for emotional stability. You know what I mean? So I come from I say it out of love, out of like a harm reduction perspective for anyone out there, you know, listening or watching. But it's been a tough ride, man, but kratom's really, really helped. Social anxiety, it's helped with my pain, my social anxiety, just my overall mood. Like, bro, it's insane. It works better than any antidepressant I've ever been on, any anti-anxiety medication I've ever been on. Mad respect, I agree with you. I subscribe early. Thank you, man, I appreciate that. I haven't done more kratom content, which I want to. I've been pushing out a lot of shorts, going live. I kind of did an introductory video for kratom, but I'm going to do another one on the greens and whites, even though I haven't dabbled too much in them. And then kind of like debunk a lot of myths, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of negative stigma towards like fucking kratom, a lot of drugs out there. Just pretty much drug myth buster. Like, there's a lot of shade being thrown at like the psychedelic community. A lot of shade being thrown at ketamine, at kratom. These things are good. Like these things can help. They can be bad. It's all in the individual. It's the person's perspective. It's their reality. Anyone could abuse anything. Fucking fish oil is healthy for you, but if you fucking take too much, if you take a whole bottle of fish oil a day, so. But yeah, man, all these studies, like I know they came out with this new medication, Ibogaine or Ibuprofen or something like that. That's supposed to help for opioid withdrawal and addiction. It's supposed to work within like two sessions or two treatments. So the last I heard, that it was doing pretty. They were pretty successful on their trials. I even saw Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was in the White House, standing next to the president. Yeah, Joe Rogan was in the White House, standing next to the president, talking about this medication that they were gonna kind of streamline and put out there for opioid addicts and ones in recovery and all that. And it's supposed to be the bee's knees, so we'll see. But yeah, there's plenty of other meds out there and compounds that have been left on red pretty much that could really help us out. But who benefit? Who you really think Big Pharma's pushing? To help any of these opiate addicts? No. They want to act like they're, really letting out the red tape now with, oh yeah, we don't just hand out prescriptions. Yeah, they do. They still do that shit. And they're the reason why we have this fucking epidemic in the first place. Yeah, it's medicine, bro. It is. It's been used since before the FDA was here. Fuck that. Fuck the FDA. It's so funny. The Food and Drug Administration, right? First they poison you with the food, and then they get you to get prescribed drugs, and that's the administration they're there for. I've seen your handlings. Thought you were in Kratom Cafe. The knowledge you have, you could have a Kratom bar for real, man. They legalize that shit. I'd love to have me. I know Kratom seems to break up really well with drinks that have high acidity levels. So some type of citrusy drink and mix just enough to where it doesn't dull the effects of the Kratom dose, but tastes good. You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah, dude. And you'll be my fucking, yeah, I'll be the owner, dude. You be the manager, bro. We gotta come up with a menu. But yeah, man, I'm gonna probably cut off this live. But if you subbed, I appreciate the sub, man. Much love. You'll see. I'm gonna have some more content on that Kratom shit, Kava shit, just everything. There's so much going on right now about all these like fucking drugs. So someone needs to go out there and spit facts. And I've got lived experience. I've done everything under the sun except for crack cocaine. Yeah, that's it. I've done everything other than crack cocaine. No, I lied. I think someone laced a blunt I had. So it was a Primo. So that's technically freebasing cocaine. That's crack, I think. But yeah, man. And I quit cold turkey, all that shit. Like I'm living proof that you could be a nasty addict and fucking get into shape. I'm not as in shape because I've gone through depression, man. Lost a lot of weight. Had a lot of people die on me the last 8 months. But other than that, man, like yeah, I'm just here to let people know, like, we find strength in sharing experiences, and I'm here to share my experience with all these things and debunk a lot of that bullshit that's out there that scares people away. Because like you said, man, it's a medicine, and some people are out there suffering right now and have no idea. They can just take a feel free, and they could do their presentation at work, you know what I'm saying? Chill, calm, confident. Suffering only leads to cortisol, which is, You know, that shit causes cancer, bro. That shit causes like illness. So why live a stressful life? Why not live stress free? You know, feel free. They got a good little model or whatever. Feel free. But yeah, man, stay tuned and I appreciate you, brother, for the sub. I got more stuff coming out soon. Don't expire, y'all. Stay resilient, and as always, don't expire.